To the families I have served, to the system I once upheld, and to the future we must forge together, I declare my complicity in a broken system, and I declare my rebellion against it. For too long, I participated in a machine that profits from pathology, that medicates symptoms while ignoring root causes, that treats children as problems to be fixed rather than messengers to be heard. I am done being part of the problem. I am ready to be part of the solution. We have been sold a lie. The lie that our children's struggles are medical mysteries requiring endless intervention. The lie that parents can outsource connection to professionals. The lie that comfort and convenience are more important than courage and character. Our children are not broken. They are canaries in the coal mine of modern disconnection, singing warnings we refuse to hear. The crisis is not in our children's brains. It is in our families' bonds. We live in an age of digital dependency, where screens have replaced souls, where convenience has conquered connection, where parents fear their children's discomfort more than their own responsibility. But the greatest threat to childhood isn't technology. It's the failure and inattention of the adults responsible for protecting it. Permissive parenting is not love. It is abdication. Outsourcing connection is not support. It is surrender. Medicating pain without addressing its source is not healing. It is harm. Open your eyes and you will see it everywhere. Families dining in silence, each absorbed in their own digital world. Parents choosing the path of least resistance over the path of greatest growth. Children crying out through behavior while adults reach for diagnostic manuals instead of deeper understanding. Emergency rooms flooded with adolescent mental health crises while we debate infrastructure instead of examining our foundations. This is the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon of our time. Once you see the disconnection, you cannot unsee it. I was a good girl therapist. I followed protocols. I avoided confrontation. I enabled the very system I should have challenged. I diagnosed when I should have questioned. I referred to psychiatry and medication when I should have educated. I treated symptoms when I should have addressed systems. I accepted parents' excuses when I should have demanded their engagement. I was wrong. I failed you. I will not fail you again. True mental health is not the absence of struggle. It is the capacity to move through struggle with strength, meaning, and purpose. Our children do not need more therapy. They need more parenting. They do not need more medication. They need more connection. They do not need more diagnosis. They need more devotion. To parents, stop hiding behind your children's diagnoses and start facing your own responsibility. The hard work begins with you. You are the container for your child's growth. You cannot give what you do not have. You cannot model what you do not practice. Put down the devices. Pick up the relationship. Stop seeking comfort. Start building character. Stop avoiding confrontation. Start creating connection. To professionals, stop profiting from pathology and start promoting wholeness. We must refuse to participate in a system that keeps families sick to keep us employed. We must have the courage to speak truth to power, even when it threatens our income. To schools, stop the social emotional learning curricula. It's not what you do, it's not what you're good at, and it's not your job. Leave this up to the parents. Invest in parent education rather than playing surrogate therapist to the children. To society, stop normalizing what is not normal. The epidemic of childhood mental illness is not inevitable. It is the predictable result of our collective choices. We can choose differently. Real healing happens in relationship, not in therapy rooms. Real growth happens through challenge, not through comfort. Real strength develops through struggle, not through avoidance. The revolution is not against our children, it is for them. It is a revolution against the systems that profit from their pain. It is a revolution against the culture that prioritizes convenience over courage. It is a revolution against the lie that parents are powerless. I promise to no longer participate in the medicalization of childhood. I promise to demand more from parents, not less. I promise to address root causes, not just surface symptoms. I promise to speak truth, even when it is uncomfortable. I promise to model the courage I ask others to find. Our children's lives depend on it. The time for comfortable lies is over. The time for uncomfortable truths has begun. Join the revolution. Save your family. Change the world. The healing starts with us. I'm Nicole Runyon, and this is the Parents Are the Answer podcast. For more than 2 decades, I've worked with children, adolescents, and families as a therapist, and I was on the front lines of the youth mental health crisis. I've seen what's happening to our kids. I've seen what's happening inside families, and I've come to believe that we've been looking in the wrong place for the answers. On this podcast, we're going to have real conversations about what our children actually need and what it means for us as parents to give it to them. You'll hear real talk from a therapist who has spent decades working with kids and families, along with parents, experts, and people who are challenging the status quo and doing the hard work of protecting childhood. We'll talk about parenting, child development, technology, mental health, education, independence, resilience, and the culture shaping the next generation. And I'm going to tell you that this work is not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. Because doing the hard work now to build long-term well-being will always be more valuable than taking the easy way out and accepting the status quo. You may hear things you disagree with. You may hear things that challenge you. Good. Because this podcast isn't about making parents feel better. It's about making families stronger. I'm so glad you're here. Subscribe to Parents Are the Answer and join me every week as we challenge what isn't working, reclaim our responsibility as parents, and raise a generation of kids who are capable, connected, resilient, and free to fly. New episodes every week. I'm Nicole Runyon, and this is Parents Are the Answer.